welcome back to another video. Today I really wanted to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 and the massive backlash that they've had. I bought this thinking this was going to be a great game. I was really excited for playing it because it looked like a really good game and a fun game to kind of play. But I did a live stream. Go follow me on Twitch if you haven't, which is twitch.tv/Airlim, and I'm going to be streaming more games effectively over time. When I first played this game, I was like, what the actual hell? So when looking at this, I generally thought, huh? Like I couldn't figure out why this sort of game was so blurry, so horrible. I thought, is that something to do with I was like, is it the PlayStation that's kind of like messed up? So I was generally kind of really frustrated in playing this. And I couldn't figure out why. Even when I actually jumped into the game properly and thought, oh, this is going to be fun. No, like the game was so blurry around lines. Like the only thing that could possibly do it was like the interfaces and like how they were like sparkly and stuff like that. And I was like, do you know what? This is kind of, is this okay? Like I know the Xbox One is at least like a good time old, and that's fine. But when this was marketed and when it was designed to do it for the first time, then it should have been done, like, it should have been designed for it rather than kind of not. Like, how do I say, like, it should have been brought out properly. But nope, you know, I kind of thought that maybe it would be a bit laggy, like it wouldn't be as super sparkly as what it would be, you know. But, you know, PC obviously is going to have higher things because you can have a better spec. It's not that hard. I think what Project Red has done is they released this following statement and said, first of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence not allowing you to make a more informal decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PS4 and Xbox One. And when I read that, I was like, what the actual fuck? Like seriously, this game is so hyped that you just concentrated on on PC only, and then you decided to say, hey, yeah, we shouldn't have done this. We should have literally turned around and gone, yeah, we should look into PlayStation. It feels like some person's done an assignment perfectly, and then someone's kind of copied it quickly, like 5 minutes before, and then handed it in. Now, this is something in one of the tweets that said, Cyberpunk 2077 runs surprisingly well on current gen consoles, according to CD Projekt's CEO. Now, when I first read that, I kind of thought, oh, does this mean that it's actually for PS5? Is it for the Xbox One X series, whatever the new Xbox is anyway? Is this the main thing for it? And, you know, they could definitely say, hey, look at this. And I was like, no, this is wrong. So you kind of think that if you're designing this, because this came out on or announced for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the next one from that, PS4 Pro, etc., etc. So you kind of think that you'd be designing it and having a team working on it, rather than be like, I should have played it. But it was something that we kind of thought on the back burner. So they continued. Second, we fixed the bugs and crashes and improved the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming in the next 7 days. Expect more, as we update frequently whenever the new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January. This will be then followed by patch 2 in February. Now, that big sentence there should have been one thing and one thing only. It should have been, we're releasing this game in February. It would have made more sense, and you wouldn't have had a massive backlash from the entire fans. I'm not going to give CD Red the massive big slap in the face that it deserves. It deserves a big slap in the face. It has also the gamers as well, and I hate to quote other people on this, but it feels like the customer base, the gamers who want to play this, have had a big part in this as well. Mainly because it's always been like, when's the game out? Give it to us now. Give it to us now. We want the game now. And then they rushed it, and everyone's going, what? Game? No! How dare you? It feels like when a game like this says, hey, we need more time, you know, the public are like, well, you know, fair dues, we'll give you this back. We will give you time. But no, everyone had to have it now because they wanted to play it now. And even when they pushed it back for the first time ever, you know, people are like, I took a week off to play this game, you know, now I hate it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the second time it was like, oh, I hate you guys, I moved my time off to this date so I could play it. It feels like as soon as they announce the game, again, they want it now. Like, hey, I want to play this game yesterday. I know you've just announced it at E3, but I want it yesterday. Why is it not finished? So I do see that a lot to playing is the customers as well as the gamers, and they've kind of jumped in on this one. And I can see why. And it's just kind of really infuriating. But if you knew the game wasn't ready and definitely not finished, then you should have either released the PC one first and then PlayStation and Xbox later, so you can do it and you wouldn't get a backlash. Now, what's going to happen in this is, so when they bring out The Witcher, like, you know, and they say, this is the game we're going to get, they're going to get responded by two main things. Woo, can't wait for the game. Game is going to be a good one. Or the second one, which is going to be I'm not buying this until it's completely finished. And you know people are going to be like, we need this now. You know it's going to happen. So with this, I'm just very kind of frustrated. So we'll continue on. Together, these should fix most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. The graphics, you need to fix the entire graphics first so it's playable, so we can see it. They won't make the game on the last gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it'll be closer to that experience than it is now. But the thing is, you lied to the public. You lied about everything on this one and said, this is what it's like. And this is the reason why you probably didn't send out any console versions to people to review, because they would have seen this and you would have got absolutely slated. And that's one thing you kind of think, oh no, what should we do? So I can see the reason why some game journalists, and I will make a video on that because I want to talk about something that's popped up. That was a while ago. It's old news, but anyway, I want to talk about it. But you kind of think that you would have had this ready properly. Not just be like, well, if you've not bought a new Xbox or a new PlayStation, hell, you need to go buy a high-end PC. Like, I'm not going to drop $2,000 on a graphics card that I don't have. I want this to play on my console that I bought so I can actually enjoy it and experience the game with everyone else. But here you have to be like, oh, well, we just wanted more money. We had to get this game out. So, like, you know, our investors and people high up just slapped us on the wrist and say, we need this out now. You really need to kind of sort this out properly. Finally, we always like everyone who buys our game to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you're not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please refer to the system on PSN and Xbox, respectively. For box versions, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at this email address here and we'll do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us up for a week until December 21st, 2020. Now, I will give them kudos for that because that is a great thing to kind of offer. But what about people who have bought it for Christmas presents, wrapped it all up and said, hey, you're not allowed this until like Christmas Day? For me, I would have said until up to around about December 28th, 29th, you know, till that time, or maybe the 1st of January, to kind of give a lot of kind of like okayness, or, you know, give enough people time to buy this. So I want to show off some of my footage that I recorded. So this is me playing the game for the second time. I streamed it on Twitch. You want to check out Twitch? Check out Airlim. There we go. And I got to this point in this game where I really couldn't be bothered with it. You can see here that it's just really bad around the area. Like, cool, you can pet a cat, cool. But like, even the lines, like, you kind of think that after how much hype that they put into this, that it'd be, hey, cool, look at this. Like, you know, this looks like a cat. This looks like a PS2 cat, or at least PS3 at maximum. So even when coming up to this one, like the glitch, that guy just moved like that. What the hell was that about? Like, it really infuriated me. And even looking at the kind of fire and stuff like that, it didn't look like it to me. And I really kind of found that annoying. Even when looking about and seeing how this game works, like the environment, it just didn't, it felt like it's still in beta. Like, hey, we're going to polish up the graphics later on and do this. But it just generally really wound me up seeing how long this game's taken. and stuff like that. And it just, to me, I hated this. Now, one of the other main things is when we look at this, is when I was coming up to doing one of the missions, like just the way this character was, and I thought, oh, but then looking at his face, what the hell is up with that? That to me was GoldenEye type thing on the N64, or at least PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy VII when that first came out. It just to me felt like it wasn't meant to be, like it dialed it in, and that's really kind of bad. Even when coming and saving this girl from these like thugs, when looking at her face, I was like, dear God, what the hell? And it just fades in, and it shouldn't be like this. This to me is what angered me to the point where I couldn't even play the game. Like I just returned it straight away because I didn't want to play it anymore, and it infuriated me. And then wanting to wait for a update later on, just no. Like this should have been done. Like I updated it twice, and they were large updates at the same time. So skipping ahead again. So even when playing this again, I thought maybe everything had loaded, but no, the guy just appears out of nowhere and again has the graphical problems, and it doesn't look like it's changing quickly. It feels like the game is trying to chug this out quickly. And even his arm through the door, all the other characters just seemed really bad, and it really infuriated me on so many different levels. And I just couldn't play this anymore, and that's how bad it is. In conclusion on this is I'm glad that they've acknowledged this, because if they didn't, then they would have had multiple big problems. I feel like that they should have fixed this and caught this up. This one line is, we should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It feels like they got it all down for PC, and then within a couple of months they're like, oh crap, we need to do it on Xbox One and PlayStation and stuff like that. And that's not the case, but that's what it feels like. So for me, seeing that is like, it's a very bad port, and this game was just designed for PC. And especially since it's like saying, we'll be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of the release. They won't make the game on last gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console. But the fact is that this game was mainly designed for Xbox and PlayStation as well. So you kind of think that would have been the main issue, not like, oh crap, like the new graphics card that's like $2,000, £2,000, whatever. You have to play it on that one if you want the true experience. Now, I'm not shitting on them constantly, because I generally really like this game. Like, I got excited for when I was streaming it. I loved it. I wanted more of this. But getting to this point in the game, I couldn't play it at all. That's what annoyed me most of all. I absolutely hated it. Now, one thing I will quickly add in on this is a lot of people have been saying, hey, just play it on PC, console trash, blah, blah, blah. And that irritates me. Not everyone can drop money on a high-end PC gaming rig. So people are going to play consoles and that's it. So, stop bagging and saying, hey, if you play a console, you're shit. At the end of the day, I can't afford to update my graphics card every month or every couple of years because of something. Like, if I'm going to, I will. But at the end of the day, I want to play on console. That's my thing. So yeah, it just kind of really irritates me. Apparently their stock has dropped as well, which shows that there's something bad coming. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to recover from this. I think that they should have released it in February. I think that they should have just made a big thing, showed some pictures and gone, hey, really sorry, but we need some time to fix it on PlayStation and Xbox. This is what it looks like. So, if you'd given them that choice, people would have gone, oh yeah, okay, we could hold back. PC, release it on PC first, which would have been a pain, but at least you could have got the game out and people would have downloaded it and said, hey, you need to be running this. These are the right optimum specifications. So, make sure that you're this. But yeah, just irritated on how this had come across. I can see the frustration of people wanting to play this game, but at the end of the day, this is what it is. At least they've acknowledged it and not hidden it, but they have hidden it. Briefly, if I've not mentioned, they obviously sent it to the PC version to game journalists and stuff like that, so that they would get okay or good reviews. But if they'd sent out the console version, they would have absolutely been destroyed, and I can see why now. But yeah, I'm going to make some more videos on all of this because there's so much I want to kind of talk about. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree that Cyberpunk needed more time? Are you angry? Let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop, it'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.